Welcome to Why 5% Succeed. I'm your host, Elaine Starling, and this is a really fun show where we work with entrepreneurs and small business owners to discuss the tips, tools, tactics, and techniques that really help you grow your business fast. Now, I'm delighted to be chatting with you today about the top 10 blog article formats that generate awareness, increase engagement, and of course, bring you lots of leads. Now, you may not know who I am, so let me introduce myself. Again, my name is Elaine Starling, and I am the President and Chief Innovation Officer for Starling Media Services. We are a boutique marketing firm, and we are specializing in working with women entrepreneurs and small business owners who have a really big vision of what they want to accomplish and the difference that they want to make in the world. I call this kind of person a legacy leader because this is someone who's communicating very, very effectively and efficiently, but with a great deal of engaging ease. You just connect with somebody like this. So they're able to make a lasting difference, increase their profits, but also enjoy an incredibly fulfilling business at the same time. That is the vision. That is the goal. Now, my clients refer to me as a forward thinking thought leader and a marketing master because I've created a number of very successful, innovative programs that have created over $100 million for my clients. And I hope that some of the tips that I share with you through this show will generate huge impact to your bottom line too. I'm the author of a book called Why 5% Succeed, The 5 Principles of Predictable Profit. I'm also the host of this weekly hangout show, Why 5% Succeed, which is also a podcast. So you're able to reach me in a number of different ways. I've got a new book coming out shortly called How to Give Yourself a Raise. And I hope that you'll have a chance to read that because you deserve a raise. Now, I'm a sought after speaker, consultant, columnist, mentor, and of course, a successful entrepreneur. And my passion is helping people like you experience incredible success. Now, what we're talking about today is really one of the cornerstones of something called owned media. Owned media is anything where you have total control over the structure and the content. So it could be that you've got your own hangout show, or you've got a regular webinar series. Maybe you've got a podcast or a magazine, a newsletter. Maybe it's a blog, because we're talking about blogs today. Anything where you're able to aggregate an audience is considered owned media. And according to the experts at Digital Marketer, I just got back from the 2015 Traffic and Conversion Summit, and everybody was talking about how owned media is a really, really, really hot trend. In fact, companies that own one or more of their own media outlets are guaranteed, pretty much at this point, to outperform the competition. So, what I love about blogging is that it's something that's so accessible to every single business owner out there. It's one of the best and easiest owned media venues that you can create, and it doesn't take a lot of time for you to get there. So I want to start by talking about where blogging fits in the overall activities that you're working on. Because if you're like me, you got a zillion and one things that you're trying to do, right? And it's hard to get everything done. So every single thing you do has to really, really count. It's got to make a huge difference. I call it time stacking. That's when you do something once and you're able to leverage it and repurpose it in a lot of different ways so you get maximum effect for everything you do. Blogging really appears at the top of your marketing funnel in the awareness stage. Blogging done well incorporates key search terms that will improve your search engine results. It also includes links so that you can share your post directly to social media, get people to comment and report back and share on what you're talking about in your blog. Now, from the awareness stage, from your blog, you're going to direct people to the middle part of your marketing funnel. That is the consideration stage. And that part, consideration, is where you're actually capturing leads. Now, your blog might be sending viewers to a special offer that you have, or maybe it's a form like an opt-in form or a survey, some other kind of call to action. And of course, your blog can incorporate all of those kinds of things too. And I love showing my clients how they can save a lot of time by nesting everything together into one simple system, because time stacking is so incredibly important to a busy business owner. Now, down at the bottom of your funnel is the close phase. So you're starting with awareness, you go to consideration, and then finally it's the close phase. And in the close phase is where you do the lead nurturing. This might be where your email autoresponder sequence lives, the workflows that you have, all of your lead management processes. And of course, your blog can help you with lead nurturing too. So a well-done blog actually handles all three stages of marketing, from awareness to consideration to close. And that's why it's such an incredibly powerful tool for you to use. All right, you know that blogging is important, and now you understand where it fits in your overall marketing cycle. So let's talk about exactly what we're going to cover today. And I hope that you'll grab a pen and a pad of paper and take some notes, because I'm covering a lot of information in three simple categories. Okay, so the three things we're going to cover today are, first of all, just how powerful your blog can be for your business. It's amazing what a blog can do and how it can impact your bottom line. That's what we're going to talk about first. Then we're going to cover the 10 types of blog articles that really engage your audience, that get them to participate and interact with you. That's what it's all about. And then lastly, I'm going to share a couple of cool tools that help make blogging fast, fun, and easy. That's what it's all about. You don't have a ton of time. You got to make every second count. So let's get going. I absolutely love research. I love data. I love digging in to figure out what's working and why. And we've discovered some pretty amazing things about just how powerful blogs can be. Let me share some stats with you, because I think this is just going to blow your mind. Did you know that small businesses that have blogs generate 126% more leads? 126% more leads just because you've got a blog. That's pretty powerful. I bet you could use those. Interesting content is one of the top 3 reasons why people follow brands on social media. So when you have a blog and you're sharing interesting content that's highly relevant to your preferred prospects, they're much more likely to go find you on social media, like you, follow you, share you. Blogs are great. 87% of US consumers trust advice and information that they find on blogs. They're actively looking for information from you, and you really are positioned as a thought leader when you've got a blog. Companies that blog have 97% more inbound links. Now, inbound links are when other people are referring back to your blog site, and search engines love inbound links. They're looking at that as one of the decisions on how high you rank in the search engine results. So the more inbound links you can create by having a powerful blog, the better off your business does. Business-to-business marketers using blogs tend to generate 67% more leads. That's not bad. So even if you've got a business-to-business audience and it's not a business-to-consumer audience, you're still looking at least 67% more leads. That's fabulous. Websites that have blogs attached to them have 434% more indexed pages and 97% more indexed links on search engines. Search engines really like blogs, is what I'm trying to get at here. You get a lot more results just through your search engine activity when you've got a blog. 69% of businesses attribute lead generation success to blogging. That's where they're finding a lot of their leads are coming in, is through their blog. 86% of influencers are bloggers. You want to be a legacy leader? You want to stand out? You want to make a difference in your industry for your clients? You need to blog. 61% of consumers have made a purchase based on a blog post. It really is powerful. It makes a difference. And 70% of consumers learn about a company through an article, not an ad. So if you don't have a ton of money to spend on advertising all over the web, If you can invest in a blog article and getting the word out that way, that's a really powerful way to reach consumers because 70% of them are more likely to learn about you that way than through an ad. So clearly, a blog is a very, very powerful marketing tool for your business. And there are three main reasons why entrepreneurs and small business owners like you might want to blog. First and foremost, 76% of you blog because you want to share your professional expertise. You've got a voice, you've got something to share that can make a massive difference for your clients. And having a blog gives you that platform, that environment that you can share from. 70% of you blog because you want to gain professional recognition. You want to be a thought leader. You want to be a legacy leader. And by blogging, you know that's one of the fastest and easiest ways to establish that leadership perspective, that leadership position. 68% of you blog because you want to attract new clients. You're really looking for ways to bring in more leads. And you recognize that blogs are one of the fastest, most effective lead generation tools you can employ. Now, blogs are great because they also foster more social media interactions. They're already online. They just read your blog. You've got the share links right there. Why not? Of course, they're going to engage with you. They can comment right below your blog. The more your prospects and your clients engage with you, the more they tend to know, like, and trust you. The better you're able to understand their needs. You know what they're looking for. You understand the questions they have about your topic. And so the more there's that collaboration going on, the more people are ready to purchase from you. They're ready to buy. So it's a great way for you to warm up your audience of prospects and turn them into customers, to clients. So I know that you're convinced that blogs are really, really powerful and they can make a huge difference to your business and to your bottom line. But there might be one or two things stopping you because you're probably a lot like me. You might be thinking you're in a really competitive marketplace and you're kind of worried about how are you going to stand out from everybody else who's already talking about this subject, right? Well, you might also be struggling a little bit with exactly what you should be blogging about. Like, how can you specify your topic? What kinds of articles should you be writing? It might worry you a little bit about that, and we're going to get to that next. You could be concerned that setting up a blog is really complicated or confusing or time consuming. And don't worry about that either, because I'm going to share some great tools that will make it a whole lot easier. You might also be worried that blogging itself could take a lot of time and a lot of organization. Well, again, I'm going to share some tools that make it super easy for you to quickly create blogs as well as automatically have them post whenever you're ready for them to go live. You know that having a blog for your business is a really smart marketing strategy. It's one of the best owned media that you can create. So let's get going. Because by the end of this show, I want you to see how easy and engaging and effective a blog can be for your business. So let's take a look at the top 10 blog article formats that generate awareness and engagement. The first, number one, hot blog article format is an infographic. When you provide an infographic, it's got a lot of different data and stats all embedded into one interesting image. It's a combination of images and information that's really compelling. And it doesn't necessarily have to be something that you have personally created. You can find infographics online. In fact, you can do a Google search looking for infographics, and you can provide that in your blog post and comment on the infographic. By far and away, infographics are the number one most popular blog content you can provide. It's really, really powerful. And there are some pretty neat tools out there that allow you to take data and turn it into compelling infographics. So that's something you might want to explore too. The second super popular blog article format are checklist posts. Checklist posts are great because they make sure that your readers don't miss a single step. You may be familiar with the book, The Checklist Manifesto. It's a fabulous book. And in this book, they've discovered that a simple checklist can increase productivity by as much as 40%. That's right, 40% increase in productivity just by having a checklist. Because frankly, when you're really busy and you've got a lot going on, you might miss a step. It's really great when your clients, your prospects have access to a simple checklist. It allows them to follow the bouncing ball, make sure they're not missing any critical steps, and just get it done. So checklist posts are incredibly popular. The third super popular post is called a giant list post. Now, a giant list post ideally has 25 different things that you're talking about. Let me give you an example. Maybe it is 25 different decorator tips for your house, right? So you could identify 25 different things you could do to freshen your house, make it more inviting, more fun, more interesting. Now, with a giant list post, it's not just a list of things the way a checklist is. It's more than that. You're going to include images that are specifically designed to be easy to share on Pinterest. You're going to include videos and graphs, charts, a little bit of copy explaining what each of these 25 different items are. And it's easy to see how you can find cool information, cool ideas online and assemble it all into one of these giant list posts. They're incredibly compelling to your audience. So think a little bit about some of the different categories that are of interest to your ideal prospect and what might be a great list post for you. Very, very cool. Now, the fourth type of incredibly popular blog article formats is called a how-to or tutorial post. Now, this is just a really high value favorite. It's different from a checklist because a how-to goes into a lot more detail. A checklist is just step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. A how-to or a tutorial might have screen shares, screen captures. It might point out specific things. You know, first you're going to click here and you do that for this reason, and then you're going to go over there and you're going to do this for this reason. It goes into more detail as to why you do it this way. It's not just a checklist of do this, do this, do this, do this. Okay, hopefully that explains the difference between a how-to or a tutorial post versus a checklist post. Now, the fifth most popular blog article format are resource posts. You know how helpful it is when you've got a list of resources at your fingertips. Like, say, you're looking for some ideas on blog article topics. Wouldn't it be nice to have a list of resources where you could go to generate ideas for your blog titles, right? For your blog articles. Well, whenever you can provide your readers with a list of different resources, it's incredibly helpful. They will come back to your blog again and again and again because they know that you're really good about sharing helpful resources. The sixth popular blog post article format is called link bait. Link bait. Now, this is a very popular strategy with legacy leaders, with anyone who's an authority figure, because this is where you're taking a topic and you're taking a stand on a topic. It could be that it's just something very interesting, very compelling, or it could be that you're taking a very polarizing view, so that it's fairly controversial. And the whole purpose behind a link bait post is to foster dialogue, to prompt conversation. A link bait post is so intriguing, it's so controversial that it gets other bloggers and other people in your industry to link back to this post so that they can either join in the conversation, amplify what you said, or refute what you said and say you're absolutely wrong, or reference what you said because it was so relevant and they want to build off of what you were talking about. So I find that true legacy leaders are really good at taking a stand and providing link bait posts on their topic on a regular basis. Very important strategy for you to consider. The seventh super popular blog article format is called a comparison post. This is where you're talking about why something is similar or how it's different. So you could be comparing different products. Maybe you've got different types of software and you're looking at what certain software does versus the other one, what this one does and that one doesn't do, that kind of thing. You could also consider this a pro and con post. So you're looking at the advantages and disadvantages of something. These are really, really helpful because you are providing a shortcut in thinking for your reader. Not only are you illustrating how you evaluate something, you're saving them a lot of time and effort because you're providing the evaluation for them. That's why comparison posts are incredibly popular, coming in at number 7. The number 8 popular blog article post format is definition posts. Now, definition posts explain something about your business. So whenever a reader or a prospect might ask you, what is it you do or how does that work? You can send them a link to your specific definition post. It's incredibly powerful. Let me give you an example. I work on the board of Women Impacting Public Policy, and this is a national organization, bipartisan, representing over 80 different professional women's organizations and over 10 million women business owners throughout the United States. Now, Women Impacting Public Policy has identified 8 different critical economic factors that make a difference in whether a business thrives and succeeds and grows or can't make it. And it's called WIP's Economic Blueprint, WIPP, Economic Blueprint. So whenever someone has a question about, so what does it take for a business to be able to thrive and grow in today's economy, they can always link to that economic blueprint. In fact, you can link to that economic blueprint. Something that's been posted online is great fodder for you to reference and embellish, explain why it's important to your audience and why you think this is something that people need to pay attention to. So think a little bit about certain manifestos that you can create about your business, something that's really important to your clients, your prospects, and create a definition post because you'll be able to refer to that again and again and again, and it really differentiates you in the marketplace. The 9th type of super popular blog post formats is called a before and an after post. Think of this as kind of like a case study where you're talking about the situation that someone was in. The client might have been in a very challenging position, what they were trying to accomplish, the resources and tools they had available, the action that was taken, and then the outcome that you achieved. So you go through the entire cycle of how you got them from where they are now, where they were to where they are now, right? From before all the way to after. So these are before and after posts. This is where you're revealing strategies and stats, the outcome that clients have received by working with you. It's incredibly powerful because your prospects want to understand how some of your clients are similar to them and the kinds of results you've been able to achieve for your clients. So of course, you're going to want to take a look at the typical challenges that your clients are facing and the objections they tend to have. Because whenever you can provide a before and after post that addresses an objection, that is really, really powerful for your business. It will definitely move your business forward. The 10th most popular blog article format is basically a product review post. This is where you're doing a review about a product, about a person, about a business, about a trend, about a topic, anything where you've got an opinion and you want to provide a review. And this is where you're talking about what it is, why it's important, how it works, how it could turn out for the reader, and what they ought to do next to deal with this. So this kind of a review post is incredibly popular because you're helping create a new perspective, a new context that gives the reader insight into how they can take advantage of this product, this person, this business, this trend, whatever it is that you're providing a review on. So think a little bit about what kinds of reviews you can do. Book reviews, very popular. If you don't believe me, just check out Amazon. You can even post your reviews on Amazon and do an affiliate link to the books that you review. Very, very popular post style review posts. Now, I know I've shared 10 very popular blog article formats, but I always like to over deliver. So I'm going to share just a few more. The 11th really popular blog article format is where you identify an expert and you interview them about something really impressive that they've done, or maybe they're about to do. And it's where you interview them, and the entire blog post is the interview, the questions that you ask them and the answers that they gave you. You can actually find experts for free by posting on helpareporterout.com. Just Google Help a Reporter Out. It's referred to as HARO, H-A-R-O. And there's two different parts to HARO, Help a Reporter Out. You can log in to be an expert yourself and have somebody else interview you, and then you might appear in their blog, right? You can also be the person with the blog. You can be the journalist where you're looking for people that you could interview. And so you would post about what kind of an expert you're looking for, what the qualifications are, and when you want to hear from somebody. And then you can line up the interview and take it from there. Very, very popular expert interview blog posts. Now, the 12th super popular blog post format is where you do a showcase blog post about someone. So maybe you want to create a connection with an authority and you haven't met them yet, you haven't interviewed them yet. You could do a showcase blog post where you're talking about what they're doing in the marketplace, why it's so important, and why you think this person is fabulous, why they rock. Okay, so it's not their perspective at all, it's entirely your perspective. And it's a really great way for you to break the ice and introduce yourself to someone that you'd love to create a connection with. The 13th really popular blog article format is called a social media update post. And in a social media update post, this is where you report the highlights from the week. And this is maybe things that you've shared on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Google+, on Pinterest. It might be things that you've received on your profile, the super cool things that you discovered through social media, as well as things that you've shared through social media. It's an informative social update post that really helps summarize what's been going on for the week. It's kind of like a week in review through your eyes. And it's really powerful and very compelling to do a social media update post on your blog. Now, the 14th super popular blog article format is called a fan appreciation post. This is where you're letting your fans and followers know that you're listening to them. You could even invite people to ask you questions, and then you create a blog post where you're answering those questions. It's really powerful to do something like that. Like you could even do a Hangout Q&A session and then take that, transcribe it, and that could be a post for you. Anytime you facilitate the interaction between your audience and you're helping them get the information they're looking for, that's really compelling because they see that you want a closer relationship with them. They see that you're truly listening and you're trying to make a difference. So fan appreciation posts, acknowledging who's been commenting, who's connected with you this week, who's interacting with you, the smart questions that they're asking. Give them a platform, showcase them, and they'll showcase you a lot more. Very, very powerful post. The 15th super powerful blog post format is called the cool tool post. There are so many great tools and apps and plugins. It's hard to keep track of everything, but your readers will super, super appreciate when you summarize the latest things that you've discovered and provide a summary for the week of cool tools. Maybe it's the month. This month's cool tools summary. That's really, really powerful and it's highly shareable because people are always wanting to amplify the cool tools and add a few more and then feature your blog post. So don't be afraid to identify what else is out there and then come up with ways that you can add to what other people are doing. Because the more we share, this is the sharing economy. Whenever you share information, everybody benefits. So think about how you can reach out to make a difference and provide one of these 15 different, incredibly powerful, compelling, and engaging blog article formats. Now, if you are still a little bit worried that you might have writer's block, or you're just not quite sure what you want to write about in your blog, there's some really wonderful free resources that will help you get some better ideas. HubSpot, HubSpot, HubSpot offers a free blog topic generator that's very, very easy to use. You enter 3 different nouns that relate to your topic, and their generator comes up with a whole week's worth of relevant blog titles. It's a great place for you to start. You can also take a look at social media to identify trending topics that pertain to your industry. Topsy, Topsy, is a really great resource to use. Topsy, Topsy, reviews Twitter trends from around the world. And I bet you can identify quite a few Twitter trends that are pertinent to your audience. Another great tool is called AllTop, ALLTOP. AllTop is a really great reference tool for the top read articles online. You're going to want to monitor your top industry blogs. You want to take a look for the readers' questions and comments, because that will help spark additional ideas of what you might write about in your blog. I always encourage my clients to check out the top stories on news sites too. You want to look for 2 things. You're going to look for the most viewed articles, because that indicates the level of interest in the headline. There's something about the wording in the headline and the keyword terms that they used that got people interested. So the most viewed articles are really helpful because it gives you an idea of headline and keyword terms. And then you want to look at the most emailed articles. And the most emailed articles tells you the level of engagement that people have with that specific topic. So it helps you get an idea if you're really after awareness and getting attention. It's the most viewed articles. If you're after engagement and interaction, it's the most emailed articles to inspire you for your next blog topic. So lots of great things for you to write about. Now I want to make it super simple, super easy, super fun, so that you can add a lot of value to your readers and get things done in a snap. Okay? I've got a great tool that I use all the time. I highly recommend it. It's called Curation Soft. I'm going to spell that for you. It's Curation, Curation Soft. And I love this tool. Here's how it works. It's got 2 sides to the screen. Okay. On the left side of the screen is a search capability. So you type in the keyword phrase that you want to search on. And it's really great because it will search on images, it will search on videos, on articles, on all different kinds of information. You specify the type of content you want, and it brings back links that correspond to that keyword or keyword phrase. Now, there's a ton of different resources that they go to find relevant content for you. They look at Google Blogs, Google News, Google Plus, all of the things people are posting on Google Plus. They look at Blekko blogs, that's spelled B-L-E-K-K-O. Both Blekko blogs and Blekko news, very, very popular sites. They go to Facebook. There's a few people posting there. They go to Amazon, eBay, YouTube, Twitter, Flickr, Wikipedia pages, Wikimedia files, Faroo web search, that's F-A-R-O-O, Faroo web search. They go to SlideShare. They review RSS feeds for you. And of course, they're pulling information from Instagram. So you can see that you get access to a wealth of highly relevant links related to your keyword term. Now you have to check them out, okay? You don't know what's behind that link unless you check it out. So you check each one, decide which ones are most relevant given the topic that you want to cover, and the ones that you want to use, you drag and drop to the other side of the screen, which is a blog post builder. It's just like WordPress, looks just like WordPress. So all you do is drag and drop it over, and then you add your comments. Okay, Every single source that you link to receives attribution and it automatically generates a pingback. If that source accepts pingbacks, then it will generate a link from their blog to your blog. So you don't have to go and try to talk to somebody and say, please link to my blog post. It's automatically built in, so it saves you a lot of time. There's no copyright issue because every single bit of content that CurationSoft finds is safe for you to use. All of the photos that you end up embedding in your blog post have the proper license and attribution. All of the blog posts that you are linking to are linked and sourced. So people know that it's not just your blog, you're referencing something else. Any YouTube video is properly embedded in a compliant way that meets their terms of service. You can't get into trouble when you're using CurationSoft as the foundation. You can use their scheduling feature too. So maybe you're working over the weekend and you come up with 5 or 6 different blog posts. You can schedule exactly when you want each one to go live on your post, on your blog. So it saves you a lot of time. Curated content is so much easier for you because what people really want is to find relevant information that has context around it. They want insight, not just information. And what's so powerful is that you're taking all this information from all over the web and providing your insight, your perspective, and you're slicing it different ways with those 15 different types of article formats. Does this make sense to you now? You see how your voice can make such a profound difference to your audience, and people are eagerly looking for you. They're wanting to purchase based on your reviews and your input. So you add value by identifying what's most important to pay attention to and why they need to pay attention to it. Okay, that is by far my favorite tool, CurationSoft. Now, I want to share a few other tools that can really help increase the value of your blog. One of them is called Yoast. It's spelled Y-O-A-S-T, Yoast. And Yoast is a free SEO plugin that works with WordPress. So it will help you identify keyword terms that you might want to reference in your blog. Very, very helpful. Now, another thing that increases engagement and also search engine results is when you use a plugin that allows your reader to rate your post. You know how you see movies that have like a 3-star rating or a 5-star rating? Well, you can actually use a really cool plugin called KK Star Ratings. That's K as in kitten, K as in kitten, star ratings. Just do a Google search on it. It's a plugin that allows your readers to rate your posts with a number of stars. Now, another important tool is something that puts a scroll arrow image at the top and at the bottom of your blog post. Because when people first come to your page, they see what they can see on that screen. And you don't know what screen they're on. They might be on a little tiny cell phone, smartphone. They might be on a tablet. They might be on a computer screen. They might be on a huge screen. You don't know. But you want them to read as much as possible. When you provide a scroll arrow image, it reminds people that there's more information they can check out. And so they're more likely to scroll down to review the majority of your blog post. The more they read of your blog post, the more the search engines see that you've got a popular blog and the higher your ratings are. So a very cool tool, an app, is called Scroll Top and Bottom. SCROLL Top and Bottom. It's an app that will automatically code in that scroll arrow image at the top and bottom of your blog post so readers scroll to additional pages. Right now, we are in the social economy. This is the sharing economy. Your prospects and clients really want to interact with you. They want to engage with you so that they can share their voice and use their voice to amplify your voice. They want to connect with you in every way, shape, or form. And the better you are at making it easy for your prospects and clients to connect with you and interact with you, the more they'll do it and the more word will spread. Now, let me give you an example of this in action and how you can actually engage people offline as well as online. People love to give their opinion on something. So there was an interesting test that was done in a coffee shop where they wanted to see what they could do to increase tips. So they put two different tip jars at the checkout, and there was a question. Do you like Superman or Spider-Man more? Right? So just imagine that you could do this on your blog. Are you an enterprise company, a mid-sized company, or a small company? Are you an internet marketer or an offline marketer? What ways could you help your audience categorize who they are or what they prefer? Because the results were pretty interesting. People voted with their tips in those two tip jars. It increased total tips by 400%. 400% more tips just by empowering people to share their voice and decide if they preferred Superman over Spider-Man. How cool is that? Your prospects, your clients want to engage with you. They want to be a part of your team. So find ways to make it easy for them to engage with you. We've covered a lot today. We talked about how powerful your blog can be for your business. We covered 15 different top blog article formats that really engage your audience and get them to comment, share, and hopefully buy from you. We also talked about 4 different great tools that make blogging fast, fun, and effective. And of course, we talked a little bit about how you can foster engagement with your audience by including questions and contests. Now, I hope that you've really enjoyed today's show. Please make sure that you follow the Why 5% Succeed channel on YouTube and share this show with your friends and colleagues. I welcome your comments and questions. I'll see you next week on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific. Take care.